What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We got a great show for you today. I got Matt Galasso on here. He's one of our longest members here at Marble Strength. Started in the early days, one of our first 6-week challenges that we ran, and has been crushing it ever since. Lost a ton of weight, has been getting stronger and stronger, and keeps making progress. I think I spoke to him about 6 weeks ago and said, man, you're looking awesome. What is your secret? And we're going to find out right now. So let's check it out. Welcome back to the MarbleCast, where we talk about everything related to strength, fitness, and health so that you can live a longer, stronger life. I'm your host, Joe Cosenza, owner of Marble Strength in Freehold, New Jersey, where I've spent the last 7 years helping people work out, get fit, and be happy. Today, I'm talking to one of our longest members here at Marble Strength, Matt G, as he's known in the gym. What's up, Matt? How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How was your workout this morning?
It was good. It was good. I start my day there every day, and I feel great for the rest of the day for it.
Yeah, man. You've been doing really awesome. Let's get into all the meat of it. What brought you into the gym in the first place, and how long have you been here? You've been here pretty much almost since we've opened.
Yeah, I started September of 2016.
Yeah.
So my daughter was born in April of that year. And of course, as you imagine, after you have a kid, there's a lot of pictures that are taken, a lot of pictures of me with the baby, all of us together. And, I could tell that over the years I had put on a lot of weight. And, it was drinking, partying, and not doing anything physical. I had a friend of mine who started doing CrossFit at a different gym, and he was posting about it every day, and he was seeing good results. He was pretty much in the same boat as me. So I sort of got interested in what it was all about. Fast forward maybe like 2-3 months, and I saw the challenge that you guys had, the 6-week challenge, I think it was.
Yeah, you were like the third wave of that 6-week challenge that we ran. You were the first group of guys that we ran it for.
Okay. So yeah, I did that. I joined with a friend of mine from the firehouse, Vinny. He was the one who actually told me about, I guess it was Dark Athletics at the time. And we signed up together, and, I just put my head down, walked through the door, and that was it. I was hooked. Even from the beginning, when I was like scaling and learning and everything, I liked the structure of it. I liked having having a coach there to show you what to do. And I don't know, after the 6 weeks was up, I was like, I can't stop this. I've been seeing great results. I'm feeling good, and I never left.
Yeah, man. What was like your first impression of the gym walking in that day? Do you remember?
I was intimidated because what I had seen before online with CrossFit in particular, really, is that everybody was like sort of like I don't know, they were a tight knit community, A, but B, like I felt like everybody was been doing it for a long time. And I was just intimidated because I had never done this before. I don't know how it was going to go. So, at first when I walked in, everything seems pretty bare compared to another gym. No mirrors, no TVs all over the place. There's really no other distractions. So it was just like, wow, all right, this place means business, and is this going to be for me? But I learned real quick that even though there were people who were training for years, there was also plenty of people in my boat too who had just started. And once you get used to that, that nobody is there to, put you down in any way and only help you out and cheer you on. It just becomes a great feeling of community, and you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. What were the results after the first 6 weeks? Do you remember?
After the first 6 weeks, I would say I probably lost I would say 15 to 20 pounds. And it might have even been more, but also I have pictures too. Like I was taking like side shots in the mirror, and you could really see my stomach came in, and just over the 6-week period. I mean, there was weeks where I lost 4 pounds when I stepped on the scale, and there was weeks that I lost 7 pounds when I stepped on the scale. Obviously it was a lot easier early on than it is now, but when you see that happen, you see those changes. I mean, that gives you all the motivation you need to continue.
Yeah. What was the biggest change other than the workouts that you did during that time?
Well, at that time too is when I started eating better too. So I had to be more, cognizant of what I was putting into my body, as well as obviously the workouts that I was doing. So, I usually never ate breakfast before. I started doing that. I did oatmeal, overnight oats, cereal, stuff that was not bad for you, I guess. Eggs. But I really stopped eating anything fried. I stopped going to any fast food places. And everything that I ate was something that I cooked at home. And shortly after that, I got into grilling anyway. So when I did that, and it was just easy to meal prep, grilled chicken for the week, or have steak every now and then, mix everything in with vegetables, and I would grill stuff, I'd cook stuff. But I think the biggest change really was going to be, no more going to the diner at 2 in the morning after a night of drinking, eating fried foods, and no more, getting McDonald's because it's easy, or fried chicken here and there. So cutting all that out of my life and making sure that I drank a lot of water was like the biggest change, but it also helped me with getting the best results that I could.
Yeah, man. And even though you go and get some fast food once in a while, have fried chicken sandwich, enjoy yourself a little bit once in a while is not a big deal. But when you create those habits and you keep them with you, you've been doing fantastic, man. You're still dropping weight. I think I talked to you about it like a month and a half ago. I was like, what the hell, man? Did you lose another 20 pounds? And you look great.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And that's what it is too. It's like, and I do, every now and then, my kids eat a lot of, I get the McDonald's once a week. So once in a while, I'll get myself like a burger or something. Not often, but when I do, I even feel guilty, but it is so good still too.
Yeah.
So you can't cut everything out completely. But once you have those habits and like the majority, 5 or 6 days of the week, you're going to be like strict and what you can and can't eat. When you have those weekend barbecues, or, if you do happen to, eat fried chicken, let's say, anything that you really like or enjoy, it's not going to be the end of it. You just get right back on. And even if you put on a pound or two, you'll lose that pound or two, just continuing your habits.
Yeah. And it's just like that with weightlifting or fitness. Like, you're not going to be perfect all the time. You're not going to be 100% every day, but you get to be about like 75, 80% each week. And when you go a little bit below that, it's okay. When you're really on certain weeks, it's great. But like, just finding that balance that's what's going to keep you sustainable and keep that longevity up. So that's what we've been trying to instill in everybody here. And you're doing awesome. And then it leads into you getting into more barbecue stuff, which we're going to get into right now. So for those of you who do not know, Matt G is on the Big Green Egg team. He is an awesome barbecue, smoked ribs, smoked pork, all the briskets, like everything he posts looks amazing. And how did you get into that?
I appreciate that. Well, so I would say about, I don't know, when I first started with my company that I've been with now for 9 years, we took a trip for training, and we were with people from all over the country. We were out to dinner one night, and I had just bought a house and I was looking for a grill, and somebody had recommended a Big Green Egg, and I had never heard of it before. So I started doing some research on it. This is a guy from California that recommended it, by the way, and they're located out of Georgia. So I started doing a lot of research on it, and I saw that this type of grill, being a ceramic grill, it's called a Kamado style. You could do so many different things. So you could have one grill, but it could be something that you grill burgers on. It could be something that you smoke a brisket on. And over the years, I've learned that, I could bake bread on it. I could make lasagna. Anything that I do in the oven, I could do on that grill. And it sort of just evolved from there, because like there were no limits. And when the pandemic started, I had just started an Instagram page for it, because everybody was telling me when I was posting on my personal page that you should just make one strictly for food. I was like, all right. During the pandemic, we were home. I was cooking and barbecuing pretty much every day, which is why I had to lose weight again. But when that all happened, I was able to make content on a daily basis. And, after a while, I guess it caught the eye of Big Green Egg. And eventually they invited me to be on their ambassador team. So it's just been an awesome ride since. I traveled over the country so far. I've been to Florida a couple of times, Texas, Georgia, New York, Connecticut, all for different barbecue events. And it's been a fun ride. And like I said before, I don't just grill to make, let's say, just brisket and ribs, because I can't eat that every day. And I've learned to incorporate the grilling into making the stuff that I eat on a daily basis. So I'll grill chicken breasts in different kind of ways. I grill my vegetables. my pork loins and stuff like that. And it's been a great tool for meal prep as well, and to get good content while I do it.
Yeah, man. And do you ever like offer your services for people like to do parties and stuff like that?
No, no. And I've been asked this before, and the thing is, I put a lot of time, effort, and love into like one brisket. It's a
Yeah.
process. And if I had to make multiple and do it on a larger scale, I feel like the quality would definitely suffer, which is why when you go to 99% of the barbecue places that you go to, people say, oh, it's too salty, or they don't like this about it, they don't like that. It's never going to be 100% because you can't put all that effort into a large scale operation. And also for me, I have a full-time job. Unfortunately, grilling is not all I do, even though it would be awesome if it was. But, once it becomes work,
Yeah, it's not
I
fun.
feel like it'll lose the fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, if I do happen to mess something up, it's really not a big deal. I just won't post it.
What if like I wanted like a brisket? Would I
Oh,
be able to ask you
absolutely.
to just make me a brisket if like I'm having a few people over?
Absolutely. You could ask Carolina. I did that for her for her
Yeah.
boyfriend's birthday a few years ago. I
Yeah, it
have
was
no
awesome.
problem doing
I
something
had that
like that.
brisket. It was very good.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. I
So,
think I was the
yeah,
one
it's
that sliced it with her.
something like that for friends, family, definitely. But I just, like I said, I don't want to be going somewhere and catering a party. That's just
No,
going to
of
be
course not.
stressful
Yeah.
and not fun, really. But
Yeah.
if let's say you needed a brisket smoked, I have no problem doing it. For me,
Yeah.
it's great content. I enjoy the process, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
I want to one day like buy a bunch of pork belly and I want you to make bacon for me.
Oh, bacon's fun. It's a process, though. It takes
Yeah.
you gotta cure it for a week first. But I'll be honest with you, the bacon that I've cured is the best bacon I've had.
I know you've given me some. It was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
awesome.
oh, that's right. I made all those packages. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
awesome.
was awesome.
Really awesome.
What else? What's your like favorite thing to make?
I would say brisket, to be honest with you. I know that they call that like the mecca of barbecue. When you can perfect your brisket, then all else falls into place. And I found that to be the case as well. Now, when I do a brisket, it's like an event. I plan it out for the weekend. I start late at night. I get it on, early hours of the morning and follow it all the way through. But the process is fun. I like to trim it. I like to season it. I like checking in on it while it smokes, slicing it, getting all that content. And honestly, if I eat 2, 3 slices of it, that's great. But like if I have people over and everybody's with me, the brisket is the one thing that like you just don't stop getting compliments on, and I eat it up.
Yeah, man. I've tried brisket on my smoker. It's just I think I built my smoker wrong. so, so that's part of my other problem is I'm sure you may deal with this a lot is I rush the process. And
Okay.
like as a beginner amateur, you're gonna rush even with doing all the gym stuff. When you're just getting started, you just want to get to it. So you just try to keep let me cook this thing as fast as I can and see what happens. And it always turns out not bad, but not right.
So I found, to be honest with you, I had that same problem in the beginning too. And there's nothing worse than like people waiting to eat
Yeah.
and the food's not done yet. So if you wrap a brisket after it's cooked, and stick it in the cooler, it'll last 8 hours and it'll still be just as hot as when you took it off the grill. So I always like to start early because I'd rather it be done early and just rest it for a few hours than have to wait on it. And if you plan it out that way, you're not crunched against time. And I think a 3-hour rest with a brisket anyway is imperative to the end result. So the more rest, the better. You let that thing rest, let the juices sit back in. You'll finish it early. You won't be stressed, and you'll have a great product.
What's the longest time it's taken you to cook a brisket?
The longest one I would say was probably about 18 hours, and this was a long time ago. So the way that I do it now, I usually go between 250 and 275. I would say 9 out of 10 briskets are done in 10 hours or less, and then I wrap them and rest them for at least 3 hours. So, all in, you're talking about like a 13-hour process from start to slicing.
Rest, yeah. What's your favorite way to eat a brisket? Do you put it on a sandwich? You just eat it straight? Make some eggs with it?
I eat it straight, but brisket leftovers are great for brisket mac and cheese and brisket omelets. But the mac and cheese, honestly, is probably my favorite leftover brisket item.
We're gonna have to drop some recipes in here for all the fans of brisket and leftovers
sure.
and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to put some. We got make sure you follow Matt G. The links are gonna be in the description. Egging with Dad on Instagram. He's got to make his way to 10K.
I know. I feel like I've hit a wall, just like with weight loss. You hit that wall and you got to break through that plateau somehow. So hopefully soon.
Well, you had a really good run during the COVID time when you're home all day making food.
I did.
It's a lot easier with all the content every day.
It's true. It's true. And once I'm posting just a couple times a week now, just because between work and everything else, it's hard to do. And also, the content that gets the greatest exposure is always going to be the stuff that you shouldn't be eating every day. So, I can't be cooking all that stuff too often.
Are you ever surprised at what you post that takes off and then stuff that you think is really good just doesn't?
100% happens so often. I mean, I had a tri-tip that I cooked last year, and all I did was season it with hardcore carnivore black and reverse sear it. And for some reason, Instagram took that and just sent it to the world. It ended up getting 5 million views and like 70,000 likes and crazy amount of shares and everything. And I was like, all right, that wasn't really that great. And then other stuff that I've cooked that I thought was great, like my whole pig, for instance, it did all right, but Instagram didn't take it and throw it to the world.
You did the whole pig on the big green egg?
I did, yeah.
Oh, it was like a baby pig, right? A little one?
It was 23 pounds, that one.
Yeah.
But now I have a bigger big green egg, so I could probably do like a 50 or 60 pound pig.
Damn.
That'll be a plan for this summer that I want to do. So I'll let you know about that. You definitely come by.
Yeah, man. What were some of the other like odder things you've cooked?
I did an alligator.
I was there for that one. That was good.
Yeah, Gator Day was a lot of fun. Wrapped it in bacon, of course. The whole pig I've done. I've done I've done ducks. I've done frog legs, which were good. Catfish. I did ostrich steaks, and I did kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
But, yeah. I had to take that video down because I was getting a lot of hate mail and threatening messages from the people down under.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. You would think that they probably eat that. Is that not true?
Yeah, I think they do, but they're telling me. I mean, they're like animal activists over there, and I guess it's like a really big issue in the country that they're having. So they're like fighting against the people who harvest them for meat and for food. So yeah, I had to take that one. I had to take that one down.
How was it?
It wasn't bad. I'll be honest with you. It was really good. A little bit tough, but that's what you get from a gamey meat. Like, when I do venison and stuff like that. If it was readily available, would I have it more often? Absolutely. This was special ordered by somebody who sent it to me. And I don't know. I would definitely have it again.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, the problem with those things is like you don't get enough practice cooking it, so you don't know what's going to work.
Oh, yeah. I sort of winged it.
Yeah. And then you got to wait like 8 hours to see if you did it good. And then you look at it and you're like, I fucked up somewhere. But
yeah, you don't know what you're going to get.
So that's like,
no.
That's my like downfall with barbecue is like, it takes so long and requires so much planning and work. And sometimes I don't have that kind of time. And then I put all this effort into it and the product comes out and I'm like, I don't like this at all.
I know. And I'll be honest with you, I've been there too. And other people have said, oh, it's great. I don't even barbecue for the love of the food. For me, it's the process. That's really the fun for me. Like just doing it is fun. I'll try it at the end, but like, I just like doing it.
Yeah. It's creative.
Yeah, it's just fun. It gives you a reason to hang out outside, especially when the weather's nice. Have a couple of beers. When I could smell the smoke.
What's your go-to beer?
I mean, my go-to beer when I'm looking to drink, 6 or more in a day is going to be Miller Lite. I could buy that by the 30 pack. But I've really been on a kick lately with milkshake IPAs. I find those to be particularly delicious, and sours. I've always loved sours.
Yeah, sours are good. I've been doing those. I used to get Carton Brewing. They did like a milkshake IPA. They had I like what are they called? Session ales.
Yes.
Session ales are really good because you could just drink a bunch of them. They're not too heavy, and they're pretty good. So Carton Brewing has a good selection of those. And then the place by my house has really good IPAs, Alternate Ending.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, it's right by my house. They do a pretty good job. And then I haven't gone to what's the one over here in Colts Neck?
Source.
Yeah, they haven't gone there, but I've had their beer.
You got to. You have to go there. It's a great time. I even bring the kids over there when I go.
Yeah.
They can run around the back over there, and they do new releases every week. They had one that came out today, which is like a lemonade shandy, which I actually do want to try. So I'll see if I'll be able to get that. But that's what started my milkshake IPA love. They did that collaboration with Jersey Freeze, the vanilla ice cream. And after I drank that, I was like, oh, this is good. And then I've tried all different flavors since.
Yeah, I dig the milkshake IPAs. It has lactose in it. So that's weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't like IPAs because I find them to be too hoppy anyway. So like a session IPA, like an all day IPA by Founders, like something like that I like. But like the real bitter hoppy ones, like I don't really enjoy too much.
I don't like they're getting crazy with it because every brewery around here does an IPA. Like nobody's original with doing anything else that they promote, at least.
Yeah.
If you go there, they have other stuff, but like they don't promote as much outside. But then they get crazy with like double IPA, triple IPA, and that's too much.
Oh yeah,
they're like 12% alcohol at this point. I don't want to drink that.
Well, the good thing is you only have to drink one, maybe two.
Yeah, I know, but that's the problem. Is I'll drink the one as fast as I'll drink a Coors Light or Miller Lite, and then
yeah.
Now I have three, and I'm shit faced, and that's it. I don't feel good.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I used to drink this Worldwide Stout from Dogfish Head.
Yeah.
Back in the day, because it was like crazy strong. It was like 16%. And if you drank like a 12-ounce bottle, you were like, holy shit. Oh, and then if you drank two of them, that was it. It was game over.
Yeah, that's it. If I'm outside and I'm hanging out, it's got to be a light, watery beer, something good that you can drink.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I'll get the Miller Lights. I'll fill the fridge with them outside and just drink them all day long.
Yep, everybody's hanging out. It's good. I also like a Heineken Light in the skinny cans.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've had them. Not in a while, but I do enjoy Heineken.
I prefer can to a bottle.
I'm in that boat now too. And nothing to do with flavor, but just like the convenience of the can and being able to just, when you're done, it's just a lightweight can that you throw away, and you don't have all these bottles clanging around.
I just think it stays colder longer in a can, or it just has it's like drinking Coca-Cola out of a can versus a bottle. I don't know, this is different.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely team can, no doubt about that.
All right, so getting back to your gym experience, what's your proudest moment here at the gym?
I have a lot of proud moments at the gym.
We can name them all. That's fine.
But I would say that when I finally got double unders was like one of those like aha moments, because I was like, how was I not able to do this prior? And once you get it, then it just feels like it was so easy. And then for so long I was scaling, and when the light bulb finally went on, it just felt like such a sense of accomplishment. And the same thing with the bar muscle ups too. Before I broke my wrist, I finally got my first couple. And then afterwards, I didn't do them for so long. Then it took so long to get them back. And then I was finally able to get, a couple in a workout. And, now, even though I can't string them, to be able to just keep jumping back on the bar and doing them, it's just, again, a feeling of accomplishment. It was like something that I wanted to do for so long, and I finally got to do it. So yeah, that was great. What I will find too is like chasing the PRs. I haven't been really on that boat, I guess, now in my old age, because like, I don't know, I felt like I hit the max that I could. So maybe I could work on those. But when you hit those PRs too, the sense of accomplishment is definitely there.
What's your best squat, press, and deadlift?
Back squat was 385. Press, are you talking strict press or push press?
Whichever.
Push press was 235 and deadlift 485.
Nice. We got to get you in the 4s on squat and the 5s on deadlift.
That 500 deadlift is just, it just eludes me. If I do hit 485 and then I try for 500, it's just like all of a sudden it's glued to the floor, can't even move it.
So it's difficult with like the general fitness stuff. Like you've seen the evolution of how I've been programming and how the gym has sort of changed a little bit. And we'll get to that in a second. But like it's hard to really ramp you guys up for those PRs because most of the time it's based on the atmosphere in the room and what we're doing that day and if we destroyed you in the previous beginning half of the week. So
True.
like telling you guys to like chill out and not go crazy at the beginning of the week when we have something big at the end of the week is like telling kids they can't have donuts for dinner. Like, it's like, no, I don't want, I'm going to do everything and I'm going to hit a PR on Saturday and it's going to be awesome. And then by Saturday comes, everybody's beat to shit. They're tired. Whereas weightlifters, I can sort of scale them back a little bit more. So I've been trying to build in like active days and less destructive days within the programming. But I understand the mindset of like, no, I'm going to do all of the things and then I'm going to do more of the things. And whatever happens, happens. So I get that. And I've been there, but it's hard to not do stuff, even when you're told you to not do stuff. So
no, I get that. I get that for sure.
I'd like.
And there's days like when you want to go in there and you have this mindset, like, all right, we're doing, 1 rep max deadlift today. You're like, all right, I'm gonna hit that PR when I get there. Yeah. And then there's days where it's like, you might be 100 pounds under your old PR, and you're like, holy shit, this feels really heavy today. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go any further. And sometimes I get to that point, like I'll deadlift 385 and I think to myself, like, how the hell did I ever lift 100 pounds more than this? Because right now I feel like I'm tapped out. So even going from day to day, just the way you feel, like some days you have it and some days you don't.
Yeah. So we're doing that powerlifting competition again in September, which I'd love for more people to do this time, but I'm limiting the spots because it's a little bit more difficult to run that. But we're going to gear the programming towards it anyway. So everybody's going to lead up to that day to hit the best squat, bench, and deadlift. And we'll do it under the parameters. So you didn't participate in the last one, right?
Was that the one in March?
Yeah, I think you were at Big Green Egg Fest or something.
I was in Texas. Yeah, I was in Texas for a barbecue event.
Yeah, so if you were able to do that, it's September 3rd. It's a Sunday before Labor Day. I don't know if everybody's away that weekend or what's going on. That's going to be a cool thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll give you something to lead up to. And if not, we are bringing back a different version of Holiday Wars. So we'll have the super total again to build up to that. And I would love everybody to participate in this thing. The more people we get to participate for what I'm going to call Marble Mayhem for the end of the year is the better I can design the workouts and structure everything. So I've been talking to Zerla and Brian about it. And ideally, we're going to have teams and then super total. So we'll have different tracks of weightlifting, fitness, and then super total so that everybody can participate and everybody's part of a team. And then the team that wins gets a big banner put up in the gym.
All right. That's pretty cool. And you have to promise everybody, though, videos, like good videos when you announce the workouts.
Well, I'll do my best. It's that's the hardest part, especially with all the shit that I'm planning at the end of the year. I got to start making videos like now.
You should.
I know.
They were great. I look forward to those videos every week.
So we're going to put the videos out once a week, and I'll try to make them funny or some version of funny. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to try to do that.
All right.
I'm going to try to bring it back. We weren't able to do it last year, but I'm going to try to make it happen this year and then make it bigger and better for everybody because it was fun.
Oh, no, for sure. I loved it.
What do you think as the gym evolved over the years? Like, what are your favorite changes as far as what we've been doing here?
So, I mean, I do love the look of everything inside now. That's for sure. The programming, like you said before, I like where you've gone with it. And it's used to be like you always knew, like, all right, we're going to hit every lift each week on a different day. Now you don't know what you're going to get, but you do get those days built in that, maybe you're not lifting a barbell that day.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good mix in there. But I think the community that you have, really instilled and cultivated in the gym has been just unreal. I mean, anybody in that gym right now, I consider them a friend, not just from the gym, but, even on a personal level. And, just the way that everybody is there for everybody while we're there, everybody's cheering you on. Everybody always wants you to be the best version of you that you can be. I think that all stems down from the way you've, sort of made the culture. But it was contagious. Everybody picked onto it. And honestly, I think it's, at least for me, it's the best gym that I've ever been to. And there's no other place I'd like to be. So
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we
Sure.
try to make everybody feel comfortable here because it's hard to walk into a space that you don't know anybody, and especially I'm terrible with first impressions, especially in a sales role. Like I hate it. I don't like dealing with it, but I'm sure I come across like I really awkward and weird when I'm meeting with people. I don't mean to. I just it's hard to meet new people and try to introduce them to our culture here. So we try to do the best we can. And but once you're in it and you see what we're doing, I feel like we provide such a value and such a service for everybody. Like it's just, I want it to be invaluable to people and want them to leave wanting more. So that's I guess
it is. It is. I mean, for as long as I've been doing it, like if it was anywhere else or any other gym, I don't think that I would have lasted as long as that as long as I've have. And it's really become a part of my life. My everyday routine. I love the structure. I love how everything is planned. Going into another gym sometimes, like prior to here, I didn't know what I was doing. I would just walk in there and like I just couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah.
I like being told what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to think about it. That's like the greatest benefit. And I love the accountability. I put my name on that list. I know I'm expected to be there.
Yeah.
And even on those days where maybe I don't feel like waking up that early and going, I just know that's like, listen, if you don't go now, you're not gonna be able to go today. And the days that I can't go for one reason or another, honestly, it throws my day off.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like the best way to start my day.
Yeah, and you get here bright and early at 5 a.m.
Yeah. If I have to go to the office, I have no choice. It's either go at 5 or you don't go at all. So got to do it.
Awesome, man. All right, my final question for you. What is your perfect day?
Well, the perfect day, of course, starts at Marble Strength. Getting a good workout in, probably a Saturday, I'd say. Do a murder fit to the point of reaching the edge, but just before I die, we finally finish. And then after that, I like my Saturdays because after that I come back, I'll get breakfast at Dunkin' Donuts for the kids, hang out with them for a bit. Perfect day would also be having a nice hunk of meat on the grill, on the smoker, hanging out outside, have some friends over, drink some beers, and that's it, man. That's just a nice, simple, perfect day for me.
Love it.
No other cares.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you being on here. Thank you.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Follow Eggin with Dad on Instagram. All the links are in the description. Thank you, Matt, for being on the MarbleCast today. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support in the gym as always.
Of course, man. As long as you're there, I'm there.
All right, man. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Age is inevitable. Weakness is not. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. See you then. Thanks for listening to today's MarbleCast. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Check out all the links in the description and give us a follow on all social media. If you need anything or have any questions, shoot us an email at marbleweightlifting@gmail.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.